Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
I'm Kaylee,
I'm Ashley.
and let's see if the void echoes back today.
Welcome back. As you can see, this is our first split screen, not together episode. And through a few complications that we had, we're filming, so we're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing great, and I don't think it wouldn't be us if there wasn't bumps in the road. But
No, it
also,
really
I don't think
wasn't.
it'd be life if it
No?
wasn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're starting with chapter 20, picking
Yep,
it
a
back
fourth one.
up.
Yep. Very exciting. We ended up on kind of a cliffhanger last episode, so
And we get a really nice like cut scene basically because it goes from like the thing into literally their household chores. I don't know how else to say
they're
that,
like
but
yeah, that's a
yeah,
good way to
like they're
say
like
it.
the school duty chores, whatever. But of course, she has library duty because our girly is a scribe. um
We love her for it. And
yeah,
Leah
and
is with her because,
mhm,
her bodyguard now, pretty much. And not pretty much, he
yeah.
is her bodyguard. And she's like, this isn't necessary. And he's like, you've told me this for the past week. And yet you're still here every day, all day.
Yeah, and but not only that is now that Liam is with her every day all day, she is seeing like in her face how much people discriminate against Mark ones. Like
Hmm.
right when they go into um like right when they go into the library, one of the scribes, says hi to her and then sees him and then gets really serious and like scampers away and she's just still very confused about that.
Hmm.
And she also is just like, but it is so infuriating that now I have a freaking shadow.
Hmm.
And not only that is my shadow is a huge flirt and flirts with Yesenia and she's very protective of Yesenia and is like, no, that girl is you know, a relationship girly only. She doesn't just have fun.
Yeah. And
She is a
then
foreign concept to them, like especially in the writer squad.
yeah, because in the writer's quadrant, a lot of people just do like hookups and like really quick things because you don't know if you're gonna die that day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they do talk about like that discrimination a bit, and it's kind of like, oh, like she realizes like, oh, I hated Zayden on when I first met him. I didn't know anything about him, and I hated him
Yeah.
just come from what I've heard, and like I don't hate him now, obviously.
Yeah, but then not only that is like they actually like start talking about the Tirish rebellion, which is called the apostasy.
And as we
Which
have heard about it, but we've never really heard about it from the side of like the Mark One's kids or like the Marks or like the rebellion side.
yeah, she also mentions like she has not heard it referred to as the apostasy like for a very long time. That
Hmm.
this was like the first time that she's heard it in so long that everybody just calls it the Tirish rebellion
Yeah.
and leaves it alone. And then as they kind of delve into that, she realizes that Liam and Zayden were fostered together. And that's really
Hmm.
why they're so close, is because they were fostered together.
Yeah. And that's why
And
like they call each other brother and stuff because they were raised together. Because Liam was the son of Colonel Mari, who was one of the heads of the rebellion.
mhm. But she was also like just surprised that they were fostered together, but then
Hmm.
she also like openly says because Liam says, "Oh, my father like she's shocked that he was fostered and she's like, "Why? I thought your dad was still alive." And he was like, "No, he got killed too." And she was shocked because she was like, "None of the records that I have read because I read them when I was younger because I
Hmm.
wanted to know who killed my brother." And that was something that she like also mentioned. She was like, I didn't because I was so young, I was so caught up in my brother's death and I wanted to know more about who killed my brother than the actual people that did it.
Hmm.
Um, and like into like making them into real people. And she was just surprised that his dad was even dead because out of all of the reports that she read, he should have been alive because it wasn't reported. Like it wasn't recorded, which I think is so interesting that
Yeah.
it wasn't recorded.
Yeah. It's and like you could really feel that shock through the pages too.
Hmm.
Like it's like, "Oh, I'm confused. Please explain."
Yeah, and then as he's like explaining, he kind of just like lets it slip that like, well, because he's talking about his sister and he's like, wow, I wish like she could, be a scribe or something. And she's like,
Hmm.
well, she can. And he was like, no, we're all conscripted to be writers. Like
Yeah,
all of them aren't kids. We don't get a choice of what like section we want to go into, whether that be infantry, riders, scribes, and I think there's one other one,
I think
but
so.
not quite for sure. If not, then there's only three, and I did a really good job with that. Um,
Good job, Kaylee. Good job, good job, good job.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And so she is also like shocked. She's like,
What do you
I,
mean?
yeah, like, what do you mean? And then she immediately kind of like backpedals and apologizes and is like, I'm so sorry for asking so many questions. And then he's like, no, I'm glad that you ask questions because I feel like
Hmm.
more people should know and more people should ask and more people should remember. And I just like, oh, that really, really hit my heart, you
It
know?
really did. I do, and it's this is the first time that we really meet Liam. Like he's been mentioned once or twice,
Hmm.
he was moved into the squad last chapter, but like we don't really talk with him until this chapter. So this is like our first introduction to him, and I think
Hmm.
it was a very good introduction to this character.
Absolutely. Also, like, just like small
He's so
details. I know that
sweet.
we like skimmed it over, but she was like, there's wood shavings everywhere. Like, everywhere she goes, there's wood shavings now because all Liam does is whittle. I think it's so cute.
It's
Um,
so cute. He just whittles dragons.
yeah, and he just like whittles animals, really, like
Yeah.
whatever. Um, and then as she's asking him questions, she realizes that like Zayden trained Liam, which is why Liam is so good.
Hmm. Like they've been training because they knew they were going into the Riders Quadrant. So they all of the Mark ones have been training for years. Like a lot of people that want to go to the Riders Quadrant, but the marked ones are forced to. Like they don't get a, you know what, as I'm getting older, I don't think I want to. Like they have to continuously train for years to be ready for the
Hmm.
Riders Quadrant.
Well, technically, they don't have to if they don't want to live. But if they want to live, then yeah, you kind of need to, you know.
Yeah. Thank you,
I
Kaylee. Thank
think
you
it
for
is that.
explaining.
Well, no, I just wanted to like make it clear because like technically, like Violet didn't train for shit to be in this quadrant, you know?
No, she trained for like 6 months.
So that's what I mean. Like you don't technically have to train before you go in, but if you want to live, you probably should. Um, and
Hmm.
so it's, you know, she's kind of shocked that Zayden would train Liam. She's just like, oh, I just don't see that in his character. Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. I just don't think that that would be something that he would do. And Liam just looks at her and says, well, he takes care of his own,
Yeah.
which I think is so sweet.
It's so sweet. I really like how with Liam, like just from what he's saying, we're getting a little bit more information on Zayden as well. Because again, like Violet says, like we
Yeah.
don't really know him that much. We know him a bit, and like we kind of know how he acts and what he does, but we don't know him.
Yeah. Like, we don't know him fully. There's not like any chapters that he's like fully featured in because this book really is all about Violet and because it's told from her perspective, of course she's going to be the center of the world,
Yeah.
currently. Um, but it's so interesting because after he's like, yeah, he really takes care of like his own. she kind of goes into this really great quote that honestly is kind of funny that Ashley was like, "Oh yeah, my shoulder feels like it's going to dislocate today." And we
I know I
go into
have it
this
pulled up as
quote.
well.
Great.
um,
Ashley's going to read the quote 'cause she's so good at it.
oh, thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate the compliment. Um, and she, well, at first it's kind of like, oh, like, are you trying to sell me on his finer points? Because, Liam's just kind of like, oh, Zayden's great. He does this, he does that. She's like, well, okay. And then she says like, oh, like I note with some satisfaction that my legs feel strong today. I love the days when my body cooperates.
Yeah.
We love that. I love when my body cooperates. And like Kaylee said, I sat down and I just felt my shoulder kind of going, hee hee. How about we just dislocate? I'm like, yeah, no, let's not. So my body does not want to cooperate with me today.
But it's also like, people that do experience chronic pain or any type of, you know,
Chronic pain.
yeah, well, chronic pain, but then also just like an invisible disability or even a physical disability that people can see. It is such a struggle, and that the days that your body does cooperate, it feels so fucking good.
Oh, it
Like,
really does.
yeah, it's like when your pain is managed and when you feel like you can really, walk for miles or like,
Hmm.
climb those stairs or like get out of bed or,
Like open the
just even
door.
like, yeah, or even like stand in your kitchen for like 10 minutes to cook something. I think that's a big win. And I feel like the way that she paints the picture constantly about how Violet is struggling with this still. Like, yeah, she's gotten stronger, but this is never going to go away.
Hmm.
And I do enjoy that.
I do, and I know obviously we're not there yet, but it does continue throughout the series. Like it doesn't stop in book one, like it does continue
Mhm.
throughout the entire series. Up until Onyx Storm, because technically it's not a finished series yet.
Well, yes, of course, but I feel like the listeners know that it's not a finished series.
That
So,
is true. But yes, it is
uh
a I really do love that quote. I completely agree with you on that.
yeah, I thought it's just like such a powerful thing, especially like to highlight once again because I feel like yeah, it's been highlighted in past chapters and throughout the book, but I just think that it's nice that it's continuing.
Hmm.
It is really a large feature in her books.
It really is, and I really do appreciate it. And like we said, like in the beginning, it's like how often do we get to see an invisible disability in a book, especially around a main character? Like normally that's like the
Yeah.
side characters that get that, but it's really I really enjoy one, the representation of my condition, two, the representation of chronic pain and stuff like that, and three, it being a main character.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because we both have chronic pain, yes, I do not have EDS like you, and so it's like sometimes I don't necessarily understand the idea of, oh, I can stand up and my hip will pop out. Half the time I stand up and I'm like, man, I wish my hip would pop out of place because maybe it would feel better that way. Because my muscles are just like so tight and they're so gripping. And like, yes, I struggle with different chronic pain, but
You still
I
have chronic
like the
pain.
representation
For
of
sure.
somebody that has chronic pain. And, you know, fibromyalgia is not ever really represented in books.
No, it is
Just
not.
because
I think it should be.
well, thank you. But, I just think that a lot of times that people can really overlook chronic pain because you see it in the characters around her
Hmm.
that they don't treat her like she has chronic pain.
Yeah.
Like they don't treat her like that. Like they treat her like a normal everyday person and they constantly ask, "Why can you not do this? What's
Yeah.
going on?"
Yeah, and it's a
Um
I know that for me it's I don't want to be treated like Bubble. I don't want to have a Dane. No, thank you.
yeah.
I do want to be treated as like a normal person, but it also does kind of show how our society does not think of people with chronic pain. Our society was built for an average, healthy, typical person.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's so interesting because it's like even their world wasn't built for it, which I
Hmm.
think is makes it much more relatable and real to the real world because going back to the way that the people treat her in that book, it I mean, I know for a fact that you can also say that this is your experience because if this is mine, then this has to be yours in a
Yep.
sense of that either people like you said, A try to baby you like Dane or B don't even realize that you have it and are just
Hmm.
confused about what's happening.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the times it's, oh, I forgot that you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just
It's all the time.
and it's very much, I know, obviously, like, close friends, like you and I both know we have chronic pain, so it's very different. But like, especially with strangers, like I can't open a heavy door. That just it hurts my back. I can't do it. It hurts my shoulders, mainly
Hmm.
my back. But anyway, and it's like I'll just kind of be standing there, like trying to struggle to get it open, or like wait for someone to come open it, and then you get those looks of like, you're young. Why can't you open this door?
Yeah, there's like a lot of stigma, especially like being more youthful looking, but it's also like one of those things where it's such an interesting thing of EDS that every a lot of people that have EDS look really young.
That's true.
Like I don't know, I don't want to call it a symptom of EDS because that sounds weird, but like it's just kind of this odd correlated factor that you guys all look young and I'm sure you're going to look young for a really long time. And this
Hope
is going to
so.
be unfortunately a struggle forever,
Yeah,
you
like
know.
I hope I don't want to look like a 90-year-old, but I also, you know, I very much am told I'm either 12 or like in my late 20s just on by the way I act. Literally
No, she's
everybody.
definitely 12. Okay.
No,
I'm
no.
sure.
I have had
Uh-huh.
multiple people. I'll be like, "Oh, like I'm 21." And people are like, "You're only 21?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You act so much older." I'm like, "Yeah, I look like I'm 12." And apparently people think I act like I'm in my late 20s. So,
I love that you think that for yourself. I love
I am
it.
saying what people think of me.
I love that for you because you do look like you're 12 and you'll always look like you're 12.
Yes. Oh, I know. I know that for a fact.
So,
I'm going to be carded for the
literally
rest of my
if
life.
you look at pictures of her from like
When I was
she
12.
just looks so young. Like she literally looks the same. Like pictures of her when she was 12 and pictures of her now, she looks exactly the same. Like
Am I
it's
gonna have to
crazy.
post this now?
No, you don't. You don't have to do it. But all I'm saying is I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy, girl. You look literally
The
the same."
exact same. The exact same. I have not
Which
changed.
I mean, I think is great. Go you. You're gonna have really nice skin when you
Well,
age.
thank you. And because of you, I started like putting on lotion.
I know. Gotta moisturize and put sunscreen on. I've been putting sunscreen on every single day and I feel great about it.
Oh my gosh. I've heard that it's like 90 degrees there.
It is.
That's
It
disgusting. I know the
is.
complete
It's
different in outfit that we're wearing is so
yeah, I
funny.
was like, wow, look at you in your hoodie and long pants and I'm over here in like a sleeveless shirt and shorts being like, man, it's hot.
Yeah, it's
Um,
currently 40 degrees outside here. 40 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit.
that's that's crazy. It's 40 degrees there and I'm just like, man, it's not even peak heat of the day, but it's already 75 degrees.
That's disgusting.
It's also early here.
Yeah,
It's not even like peak heat. So,
it's 11 there, 10.
technically it's 10:51.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Actually.
Well, actually, um but it's so interesting. Okay, back to what we
So
were
sorry.
actually
We went
supposed to
on a
be
little bit of a
talking
side
about.
tangent.
Sorry about that little tangent. Well, actually, what we were talking about is Ashley. um, you know, she's like, it's infuriating that you are my shadow, and Yesenia, um, kind of comes up and gives her and Liam this like paper to give to the battle brief instructor, and she's just like, I just don't understand like I just feel like people have trust issues. Like Taryn has trust issues.
Yeah, like I
And
actually never really thought about that. Like, why is everybody so like not trusting? I guess it makes sense because of the world and like there's war and everything, but it's like everybody
yeah.
that has trust issues. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, because like she's like, I just don't understand why like you still need to be here as they're walking to class. Like so after like they got the thing and they're walking to battle brief. And Liam is just like, your survival is essential to Zayden.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I'm here. It's like it's essential to Zayden and Zayden wants it to happen, so I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of talking about this and she was like thinking about the parallels and she's like, man, everybody has trust issues,
Yeah.
even Taryn.
Yeah. And it's also like also we see here, we see how connected Tara and Violet are because Taryn's awake and she's like, "Oh my God, now I'm like starving." And then
Hmm.
she's like, "Please go eat something. I feel disgusting now. Thank you very much."
Yeah, and then like now after they've bonded and as like they're walking through and all this stuff, like it's so interesting because Ree's like, man, I wish I was cool. Wish I was a cool kid. Like I want to be cool.
I want to
And
be
I'm like,
like the
girl,
cool kids.
I was like, you are the cool kids. You guys just don't know it yet.
Yeah, you guys are so cool.
Um,
I'd rather hang out with them than any other squad.
yeah, I mean seriously. And
I would
because
love
like,
to be friends with
they're
Riddick and Ree. Please, that'd be so fun.
right. Riddick,
That'd be
Ree,
so
Sawyer,
fun.
they would be so much fun.
They'd be
And I
so
just think
fun.
that it's so interesting because now like they're in class after they've bonded and everybody's like it's kind of this first thing and Ree and Violet are still like joking about and Ree's like, wow, you seem pissy today. And like Ree is just like very casually like, oh, it's because she's sexually frustrated, it's fine.
Yeah, and also
Like
another thing. Yes, it's fine. But she says it so loudly.
yeah, she like
Um,
announces it.
yeah, and she's like, "Why did you say it so loudly?" Another thing that happens in this chapter is like people if like they'd run into her, they're like sorry, I'm near you, because now
Hmm.
they're really scared of Sorengale. They're scared of Violet because of Taryn literally burning Amber alive in that whole situation last chapter. Like they're
Yeah.
scared of her, and Taryn is like they show the appropriate level of difference.
But also for him, he's like, yeah, don't fuck with her because that's my bitch. Like, that's my girl. Don't fuck with her or I'll burn you alive, bitches.
Literally. I love Taryn so much. He has two children he's trying to take care of. It's okay. He's doing
Really,
great.
yes. And it's just like funny how it goes on and she's just like upset. And then do you have a quote for me, Ashley?
Um,
Do you have a quote somewhere? Um,
Let me
because
look.
I was like, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just so cute because, like, I will admit, I feel like all people in the quadrant are flirts. Like
Yes,
they're all
absolutely.
flirts, and like she mentions it earlier to Liam. Like Liam, it's like you're such a flirt. Like you're flirting with Yesenia and you're flirting
Hmm.
with this person, and then now in class,
Yeah, and then
I
she's like, "Oh, go
go
ahead."
for it, Ashley. Let me see.
Okay, so then, they're all again talking about sex because what else are they supposed to do in class? And so then um Liam's like teasing, like, I'm sorry I don't make the cut, Violet, but I'm sure Ryerson would be fine with me reviewing a couple cadets for you, especially if that means you'll stop flipping them off in front of the entire wing.
Just like the fact that every single time she sees him, she's just like, mm,
And every time he's like, hmm? Like every single time, just flips them off. It's so funny. Um, and then she's like, thanks for the offer. I'll make sure to run any potential like candidates by you.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then Bree's like, oh, I mean, you could watch and just be sure she's fully covered so no one sticks it to her. And then Riddick comes out of nowhere and goes, "Are we telling dick jokes now? Because my entire life has led up to this moment."
I love that he's just like, yeah, my entire life has led up to like the perfect dick joke. This is
Oh,
this is Riddick at his core. He's just like ready to swoop in and be like,
Riddick.
yeah, to be Riddick. And I just think that it's so funny. And I also just think that it's funny that Liam is like, oh, like if you really are that sexually frustrated, like I could review like, candidates for you. Like, don't worry. Like I'll make sure like it's okay. Like,
Stop.
you know,
Oh, it's so
and
good.
it's just so funny.
It's so funny. And then, um, then it's like Liam's like, "Fuck me. I'm just trying to say since you're protected at night now." And then Violet's like, "What do you mean?" And then we find out
Hmm.
that Xaden warded her door so no one could get in.
Hmm. Which
Um,
is definitely, a feeling for her because she's like, oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean people can't? What do you mean? What do you mean? And so it's just so interesting to see that and to hear that like happen.
mhm.
Um, and then, basically class begins and she realizes that they're actually going to do do you want to say the battle's name because I can't say that word.
Oh, I can attempt.
You do it.
So the scroll that they or the Somerton Battle of Gainfar? I feel like
No,
that's wrong.
so the Somerton battle was the notice that they had read that Violet and Liam read before they got into class. And so she had already written that down thinking that that's what they were going to go over. But in fact, they were going to go over the how did you say that one? The one that
Gun
starts with a G?
Gainfar?
Yeah,
That
which
seems
is the
wrong.
last battle that the dragons and the griffins fought together, which I think is
Hmm.
extremely notable that it's one of the last battles that they um reported together.
I agree.
That they actually worked together to annihilate the army of the barons, which
Hmm.
very interesting that they're learning about this battle because the book that Violet was looking for
It's like about
was
that the Tales of the Baron.
wow, good job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm
I
so
love it when
smart.
she gets things right because like I'm like you should know this and then she like her face she gets so scared and I'm like why are you scared? We literally went over this. Like you you know. Like
We did
stop
this
second
in
guessing
prep,
yourself.
Ashley.
Yeah, like we already know. And I think I probably did the joke in prep. I
No, you
I, I
did.
I'm sure that I did.
No, you did. Yeah, and it's really wild to think of how like they, because for this entire book, it's like griffins and dragons are at war. They've been at war for years, and it's really
Hmm.
interesting to think like, oh, they worked together. Like this has not been a
Yeah.
thing for that long, or like, I mean, over the because 600 years is documented. 400 of that,
Yeah.
I think they've been at war or something like that. So it's a long time, but it's like, oh, they weren't at war, so what happened? And so it's really interesting um that it's also called The Tales of the Baron. And I think that has to come back up at some point later in the series. At some point. I'm really
Yes.
excited.
I will admit I do think that it does because there's no possible way. There's no
No.
possible way it's not. But then anyway, it's so interesting, like notable to note that this battle, they use flight formations and patterns that are used today to counter griffin attacks, which I think is so interesting that they use
Hmm.
it today when the dragons and griffins were on the same side. And
Yeah.
then now the dragons are using the same flight patterns to protect themselves against griffins, which I think is kind of interesting.
I think that's
And
really
then not
interesting.
only that is like Violet is shocked that they're not talking about this missive that she saw,
They're
you
like,
know.
oh, yeah, because they found that scroll and they're like, why aren't we talking about this? Like there was a battle. Like both her and Liam are kind of like, wait, why aren't we talking about it?
But they don't want to say anything because it's classified. And so they're like, maybe we peeked at classified information.
Hmm.
And if we say anything, we could definitely get in trouble.
Yeah, and it's like she's like, I didn't see classified on it, but I could have missed it, so let's just not say anything, it'll be fine.
Yeah, and so it's so interesting that like they're going over this battle and Liam and her are just like, what are they leaving out? Why are they leaving this out? And
Hmm.
what else are they leaving out of Battle Brief? Which I
Yeah.
think is so interesting. And, flows right into like beginning of chapter 22.
Yeah. So, chapter 22 is one of my favorite chapters. I think it's one of the funniest chapters, but I've been waiting to talk about it. But we have to start with the beginning excerpt because I think it's quite important. Um, so the first rush of power is unmistakable. The first time it forms to you, surrounds you with a seemingly endless supply of energy. You'll be addicted to the high, to the possibilities of all you can do with it, but you in a to control you with a palm of your hand. But here's the thing, that power can quickly turn and control you. I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting.
Yeah, just to think that you have all of this power at the palm of your hand, but literally at the turn of a hand, it can all be taken back and turned on to you.
Hmm. Like
So,
it can control you so easily.
hmm
So interesting. Um, it's just I feel like there's so much foreshadowing for the entire series, even the stuff we haven't read yet. Like I feel like there's so much in just these beginning
Yeah.
little excerpts. They bring me so much joy.
I I do think that the beginning excerpts are one of my favorite things out of this book.
Hmm.
Out of just her fantasy writings of this series that we've seen so far. Yeah,
Hmm.
I really enjoy I enjoy the excerpts. They're
I
cool.
really do. I really, really, really do. Um, so then, then there is a time skip. November passes, and then now it's snowing in December.
hmm
And she is still not channeling. And
Yeah.
she is stressed because a lot of people are now channeling.
Yeah, I mean, it is frustrating not to be the only one, like one of the only ones, like one of the actually the last ones of her year, not to be channeling.
Hmm.
And she's frustrated. And her and Ree are on the mat, and she's just mad. And, you know, Ree
Yeah,
is
and
like,
yeah, and then also like her and Liam are still very confused on why the not like it was a classified report, but they're not getting in trouble for reading it, and also they can't ask about it, and they're like, oh, like what else is not in Battle Brief? Like it kind of
yeah.
obviously it kind of stops there, but they do touch on it again in this chapter. Mainly it was last
Mm.
chapter, but they do touch on it in this chapter.
They do, they touch on it in the beginning just
Hmm.
because I think she is starting to like question, you know, the intention of
Yeah.
the wing almost.
Yeah. And so then um like you said, they're on the mat if you'd like to continue what you were saying.
Oh no, just, Ree has been training Violet on the mat for a while now. And they're
Hmm.
in like one of these training sessions, and she's openly like, "Hey, I think you're a little distracted. Like, what's going on?" You
Yeah,
know?
like you're not here. Like where are you?
Yeah. And like she just starts talking, and she's just upset that she has a shadow. She's upset that she's not channeling. She's upset that she feels like she's falling behind. She's
Hmm.
upset that she feels like she has no freedom. And it's just like one of those things where it's like she's just stressed, and you can see it, and it's really holding her back to the point where like she's getting distracted. Like she doesn't have a clear mind anymore because she's just stressed.
Hmm.
But what
And
a mood.
Yes. And also, I get it. I'm in final season. It's awful. Um, and also
Yeah,
then they do kind of
what it
get
used to be
at,
like to be in school.
and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not stressed.
Oh.
Um, I'm so stressed. It's fine. So then, she does tell Ree, she's like, you're taking it easy on me. Like, you need to not like wow. Challenges are going to resume in like a month. Like, you can't take it easy on me. And then Ree is like, oh, I don't want to hurt you. And she's like, please, please, like, challenge me.
Yeah, but it's also like at the same time, Ree knows that if she really went for it, Violet would be on the mat so fast, like on her back on the mat so quickly because
Hmm.
Ree is just like, I'm like I am concerned for you and I think that either you need a break
Hmm.
or you need to, I don't know, stop being so distracted. And she kind of goes on and about like how upset she is with like Zayden, and
Hmm.
Liam just chimes in and is like, "Oh yeah, like Zayden and Violet are eventually going to kill each other. Like
Yes,
they
very
they
much
just
so.
don't get along like at all. They just like argue all the time, and I just feel like they are going to kill each other." And Zayden walks in.
No, not quite yet. There's another quote that I do
Not
want to say.
Oh, okay.
Um, sorry, there's two quotes that I want to say.
Mhm.
So like one of them before Zayden walks in is like she's like, "Look, I know how aggravated you are because she wants Taryn to channel." She's like, I know how aggravated you are," but we kind of tells her like, "I'm just saying, on this mat with me is a way safer place for you to take out your anger than a giant shadow wielding wing leader."
I thought he came in. I thought he was like walking through the gym and she flips him off and then re-says that. That's why I was like,
Yes, you're right, because he is sad. Yes, because
it's
um
crazy. It's crazy. Oh my gosh.
and then it's
Haley.
so then challenges resume after solstice, you're not doing it, blah blah blah. And then someone says you're
Yes.
not wrong. That was Zayden. And then she's like, go away unless you have something useful. And then he says, move faster,
Hmm.
you'll be less likely to die. How's that for useful?
I love that. Like he's just like, okay, well, you want something useful? Here's something useful. But I
Sassiest
also love how
answer.
sassy he is. And then I do love the fact that like Reese sees that he's egging this on and is like openly like this isn't good for either of you, and
Hmm.
like this is definitely not good for you. And so I feel like that's also where the this mat is a way safer place for you to channel your anger than a shadowy wing leader like comes
Hmm.
into play, you know? Um like but like Violet claps back with like the next one like
Yeah, and she's like, you're not, I don't want to take my anger out on you because you're my friend.
mhm.
And he's like, and she's like, he's the one that struck me with a shadow I can't shake because he thinks I'm his weakness, but he doesn't help me. He's not training me. No, he's just showing up at the perfect times and eliminating threats. And then
Mhm.
Rhea's like, oh, there definitely is some anger there. And then Violet does go, you'd be furious if someone took your freedom away. If you had Liam at your door every morning until every night, even as seemingly great as he is. And then Liam's like, I appreciate that. I love Liam. I really do love Liam.
Yeah, but it's like I love Liam and it's so nice that like she kind of gave him like a very like offhanded compliment, but still at the main point of this is what are we going to do?
Hmm.
Like what like you would feel this angry and this upset, especially if your freedom was taken away too.
Yeah, like I can't imagine. That'd be very annoying. What is that? Is that light, Kaylee?
Hmm?
Were you looking at
It
the
it
light?
was, yeah. There was light, and I was just making sure that that wasn't a trash truck, but it does look like there's a trash truck outside my thing.
That's
So,
so nice. I was just I was making fun of you because you made fun of me with the light that one time.
I know, but you can hear it now.
I cannot hear it currently.
I love that. So that means my gain is low enough that it shouldn't pick up.
Yeah,
But it does look like it's driving away now. So we can resume.
cool. Unpause. And so then stop. Okay, so so then um this is the first time that Violet looks over and sees Zayden without his shirt on.
I mean, okay. Who else has their shirt off?
Garrick.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I wanna point out that everybody kind of has their shirt off at this point, and
They
I
don't
love
care.
how much I love how much Violet like looks at everybody with their shirt off and they're like, wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really is just like, wow, that person's hot.
Yeah, just like objectively,
Hmm.
they're very attractive.
Yeah, objectively, it's fine. And so then and they're like, wow, like they're like really good at sparring. Like they're just really throwing punches and like and they she kind of describes it as like a hypnotizing dance with lethal choreography,
Mm-hmm.
which I really like that description.
Well, I mean, honestly, fighting is almost like dancing in a way.
Hmm.
Like there's a flow, there's a rhythm, there's, you know,
Yeah.
technique and everything like that that really like comes into play with that. And I just think that it's interesting, especially the way that they describe them is because like, you know, it's like yes, they're in practice, but it looks like they're fighting for their lives. Like it
Hmm.
looks like they're really, you know, going for it. And, as this is the first time she does see both of them shirtless, it's so interesting because she notices like his marks on like his dragon. What is that? What is that
Relic?
called? Well, no, the rebellion relic is the rebellion relic. I
Yeah, but I
think
think
it's
this is the
different
dragon
than.
relic.
Does it still call a relic?
Fine, I'll look.
I mean, no, I don't know, and I'm not questioning you like, "Oh my gosh, it seems like you're totally
You're
wrong on that."
wrong. Yeah, see,
I just
relics I've ever heard of. Dragons use magic. Yes, it's the dragon relics.
okay, great. It seems weird to call them both the same thing, but
Yeah,
whatever.
because
It's
it's
not
the
my world.
rebellion
I didn't
relic,
write
and
it.
then you have the um dragon relic.
Sure. Let's go with that. She seems so confident,
I
so
do.
I'm
I
gonna
just
say
looked it up.
yes. I know. That's why I said she seems so confident. I wasn't
Well,
being
I'm
an
glad. See,
asshole
if you
about
have
it.
confidence, it's fine. I'm trying to get back to where I
Exactly.
was now. There it is.
I know.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I distracted her. But
And so then
her
she does
marks.
remark on like every eight edge of Zayden is like his body is honed like a weapon. God.
um, I love how you had to add that quote
I
in.
did. It was
Just like
right
a
there. It's
little,
honed like a
just
weapon.
right
But
there.
it's right there and it's like right above the like oh his rebellion relic twists around his upper body and stands out against his deep bronze of his skin. And then she goes back into wow, he's so muscular. Wow.
Wow, he's just really hot. And not gonna lie, yeah, Zayden seems hot. Like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. Zayden is really hot.
I'm glad you agree with them.
I mean, yeah, I do. I also think Garrick is really hot too when they describe him. So I'm like, wow,
Then you have the
really did a good
asexual over
job.
here, like
Yeah, me.
but then um so she also does kind of remark on how like her dragon relic from Terran like is only in between her shoulder blades. And then
Mm-hmm.
Sigale's mark takes up his entire back.
Yeah. Like
And then she
that's
does say, I know exactly how it feels to have that body on top of mine, just how much power. And then Ree gets mad at her and is like, pay attention. And then she looks over and is like, oh. And then they just start talking about both Garrick and Zayden. And Liam is like, stop objectifying our wing leader.
I just I just thought that it was so funny, like everything that happened with this scene, just because it really is like the idea of, oh my gosh, like Ree is like, pay attention, like you really just weren't paying attention to anything that I said, and then she's like, oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Let's both get distracted for a second. I understand why you're distracted, and now let's discuss.
Yes, I
Which
think
one
it's
do you like more?
yes. And then they're like, oh, like, we're not objectifying. Is that what we're doing? Um, and then they keep going. We could just be watching for technique.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that is a really good reason because they have some of the it's openly like noted that like, Zayden and Garrick are like, the top of their class like in, second year. Like they are like, one of the better writers out of, the bunch. So
Hmm.
I feel like that's valid, girl. You are watching for that technique.
Yeah. How
Mm-hmm.
many
Mm-hmm.
techniques?
All of the technique.
Jack comes over and kind of starts mocking Violet because Ree like flipped her over onto the mat and like knocked the wind out of her. And then
Mm-hmm.
Ree's like, just relax, like give it a second. And then Jack's like, and that's the rider Taryn chose.
Yeah. Just Jack shows up at like the most inconvenient time. Like, but also, I mean, it makes sense that other wings are training in this like in the sparring room too, because technically this isn't part of a class. This is just their open, like, I don't know,
Time. Like they're just
recreation
training.
time. Like
Yeah, I
I
guess.
don't know, like what do you call this? Like
Leisure?
yeah. Is this their leisure time?
No
Or
idea.
is this like open period, or what was that class?
No idea.
I don't know. I was fucking homeschooled. That's why I said what was that class, because
What
you should
class?
know. I don't know, like the like basically it's like a class where like you have like an open period but like you're
Oh,
in a
free period?
classroom. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. It's like their free period. Fuck me. Like Jesus Christ.
I forgot you were homeschooled. I'm like, yeah, it's a free
Me
period,
being like,
bro.
what is this thing called? I don't know school terms. It's crazy.
Um, and then
Jesus.
Jack is like, oh, like, um, you're telling me this is what he's trying to, like, this is who he bonded, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah. And then Liam walks over, like, walk the fuck away, Barlow.
Yeah, because it's like technically they know that things could turn south really quickly, which is why Liam is there. Like, Liam is there to literally do exactly what he literally just did.
Mm-hmm.
And she can't be mad at that.
No, no.
I mean, she is, but
But yeah, and then it's also,
you
so
know.
then this is one of your favorite quotes as well, because you have so many, which very valid. And she says, like, oh, I manage one breath, and then two, as Jack's gaze rises from me to someone standing behind me. That look on his face, half envy, half shitting himself, means it has to be Zayden.
I mean, I just love it. There's really nothing I can say about that, but like, I want a partner like that. I want a partner that people like are like, damn, they're really hot and are super envious because they have all this great skill and they bring so much to the table. And then also, I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Like I want a partner in my life that does that.
Would you like a
Is that
Zayden?
so wrong of me? I don't know if I'd want a Zayden. I just want something similar. Like we'll see how it ends up, but either Imogen or Mira maybe.
Oh, I
Because they
love
kind of
Mira.
do the same
They
thing. They
do.
just do it more subtly.
Yeah.
Um, but also I know that that part of me is the little toxic girl in me, like going, that's so fun. But I know that it's not like good. I know
No.
that's not a good trait. Okay, I know that.
But you still want it nonetheless.
Yeah, obviously.
Um, and then, Jack is kind of like egging her on, trying to be like, oh, let's like go on the mat and just finish this now. And Violet eventually kind of goes like, you ran. You're the one who ran, and we both knew it. The day in the field, you fucking ran when it was 3 against 1, and we both know
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, you'll run again because you're a coward.
Yeah, because he is though. Because I think like she makes great points like at the end of the day, you know that you will, you
Yeah.
know. And obviously he's upset cuz he's like you wouldn't say that if he wasn't here right now, you know.
Mm-hmm. And
And then
then,
he's like gonna fucking kill you, bitch.
yep.
Dead.
And then Dane, who hasn't spoken with her since the entire incident, just wow. Oh, for fuck's sake, Violet. And then Zayden is just like, well, she's not wrong.
Because she's not. And
No.
I feel like this is also like my little toxic girl side, like being like, oh my gosh, yeah, you back up. Like, technically, yes, she is not wrong, but also there's a way to encourage your partner to make better life choices than being like, yeah, be a menace, do it.
But
Which I
also,
know
we are menaces all of the time. So,
I was gonna say, I was like, which is, I know, very hypocritical because when we're together, I'm just like, yeah, you should do that.
yeah, you really do. You do it with my dogs
Just,
as well. Like, do it. Eat the
yeah.
steak. I'm like,
No, because it's just so fun. First of all, I am that fun aunt, and your dogs are gonna feel that, you know.
oh, for
You're like,
sure.
don't eat it, don't do it. I'm like, yeah, do it. You know you want to do it.
All the time.
But
Um,
I also feel like I do that all the time. Like I am a menace, but also I don't encourage people to be menaces. Okay, it's not good.
and then speaking of menaces,
Hmm.
um, now she talks with Dane and she's like, "Oh, now you feel like talking with me?" And then Dane is like,
Yeah.
"Give us a second."
No, but I think like that is so valid. She's like, you haven't spoken to me in literal months.
Oh, so
And this is
sorry. It's Zayden that says, "Give us a second."
yeah, but also like the reaction of like her being like, this is crazy. Like you haven't spoken to me for
Oh,
literal
yes.
months.
Absolutely.
And that's the first thing that you say to me. And then I
Yeah,
love
like
that
how
Zayden is
rude.
just
Like we
like,
haven't spoken in months and your first thing to say is, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
yeah, like you actually care.
Yeah, like you haven't spoken with
Like
me. How rude.
like
Um,
yeah.
and then, Zayden's like, "Give us a second." And it's like, "Why the fuck aren't you wearing your armor? Why is it off of you?"
I mean, she does give a good point. She has to wash it at some point.
Yeah, and then
She
she's
has to
like,
wash it and it has to dry. And she was like, well, this would be the best place because Liam is here
yeah. And then she's
because he's
like,
not going to let
"Oh," and
anything
he's like, "Well,
happen.
why don't you do it at night?" And he's like, and she's like, "Do we not remember what happened when I was sleeping?" And then
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Oh, like not behind yours." And he was like, "Not behind yours. I made sure of it because he warded her door."
Yeah. Like he like openly like says it. And
Mm-hmm.
then like not only that is now he's like, oh, kind of just like keeps going and it's like, by the way, you should not be training with the bow staff. You should only be training with daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Like
She did find her niche in weaponry, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I
You
think
hear
that
that?
no,
Oh,
I
my
got you on
ankle just
speaker.
cracked really loud. So sorry, continue.
Um, I also just think that it's so interesting that like, what if she would have never changed over to daggers? What if she would have kept with the bow staff?
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't make this suggestion right now and was like, you need to pick one that like fits your body type, and your body type is not this freaking bow staff, girl.
Yeah.
Like, it's daggers, and you should just get over that. Because, but also, like, if you think about it logically, for her frame set and things like that, like, if we were gonna like put her in a frame body, she looks like you, just probably brunette.
Yeah, she has
Um,
the like brown to gray, silver hair.
yeah, and so it's like she obviously has different hair, but I do imagine her shorter, around the 5'1" height thing, extremely slender build, and just the idea of you holding a bow staff is laughable. I'm sorry.
You're like, wow, you would fall over and die.
No, it's not that. It's not even that like you couldn't handle it. It's just that the effectiveness wouldn't be there. Like, and then thinking about how heavy a sword is comparatively, or
Yeah.
even like you know, like other weaponry, like even like a bow or anything like that. Like if your shoulders do so easily pop out of place, can you pull that bowstring like the way that it should be? And so
Yeah.
daggers are going to be the most effective.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
I have actually thought about it. I was like, oh, if I was in this situation, I also would choose daggers because I have the same issues that she does.
yeah. And that's why I'm like, no, I agree because I just put you up against these weapons and I was like, absolutely not. No. This is the only logical one
Yep,
that you
everybody
could
that I've
feasibly
told
handle.
to like read these books because I'm like, hey, this is fun, read it. Um, they all are like, with Violet, I just imagine you. I'm like, glad that you have a
Yeah,
point of reference.
just you with literally different hair because I mean that's what she looks like to me.
Yeah,
Just you with different hair.
yeah.
So, um but then it's also like one of those things where it's like she's just like, could you like get out of my business? Like I can choose whatever weapon I want to choose, and I can do this and I can do that, and why do you even care, because you're not even aware of like what's going on? And then he says,
I'm annoyingly aware of everything you do.
I love it.
I do. I really do.
Wow. And then,
And
just the clap
like,
back.
I know that we mention it every single episode, but the narrator really does like those lines, like the I'm annoyingly aware of everything you do, just hits so good because she says it in such a perfect way.
I love it because like the way that like, she almost like whispers it, and it's like the I'm annoyingly aware of everything you do, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
it's so good.
stop.
Yeah, and it's
Really, really did it.
really does. And it's like again, as the series goes on, we really do see that
Hmm.
narrator just give it her all.
Yeah, and I think that she like was such a good fit for this series, and
She really
I think
was.
she did a really phenomenal job doing it.
She really did.
So now, like after everything at the gym and everything like that happens, the little encounter with Dane being an asshole again, and then it kind of goes into she's just like at in her room. She's in her
Mhm.
room at her like I don't know, boudoir or whatever, brushing her hair or doing something. Um and
And
this
just
like
one of the
feeling
lines is just, I really need to get laid. And she's like, well, that was weird. Uh,
valid. Not gonna lie, girl. Yeah, uh-huh. I feel that.
and she's like, oh, like, this feels a lot different from when Andarna channeled. Like, openly admits, like, oh, this is different.
Well, like she's like has this feeling where like this like crazy rush of power where it's like it's so different because it was so much stronger
Hmm.
and like prevalent almost, and she's just like this feels so different. Am I channeling or is this something else? And she's like, but I think I am channeling, so I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna go tell Ree right away.
Yep.
And she like runs out in the hall and she runs into Liam.
Well, not quite yet. Um,
Yeah, when
but
she runs
yes.
into the hall.
Yes, but she does also describe it as like pain. Like it's painful energy. Like it hurts. Like there's so
Yeah.
much it hurts. But yes,
Well,
then
yeah,
she
because
does
like
run
there's
into the
so
hall.
much. It's so powerful. Yes, Ashley. I love that Ashley loves to be like, not yet. No, And I'm like, literally, these are these sequence of events. I am not looking at this book right now, but I know for a fact that I'm correct. And you are looking at the book.
Yes,
So
so
tell me
he
that I'm right.
so yes, now please continue as I am wrong.
Okay. So she's like, I gotta go, tell Ree because like this is like great news. And then she runs out into the hall and she runs into Liam and
And she is like, "Are you all right?" Like Liam's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Are you sleeping in the hallway?" Um, and she is like, "Oh shit!" Like there's just this thundering desire that remains.
a thundering desire that remains.
And then she is like, and he's like, no, like I'm not sleeping out here. I'm hanging out here just before I go to bed. And then she's like, I look at him, really honestly look at him. He's more handsome with strong features and sky blue eyes that are startlingly beautiful. And he look like blatantly asks her, why are you staring at me like that? And then she's like what? I sink my teeth into my bottom lip, and I debate rubbing against him like a cat in heat, demanding he appease this unimaginable ache. This chapter is the funniest thing ever.
The ending part of this chapter, like this section is when I
It's
think
so good.
that
It's so good. I remember reading
um
this for the first time, and Kaylee wasn't quite there yet. And I was literally like, Kaylee, I need you to be here now, please. It's so funny, and I need to scream about it with somebody because I'm dying.
mhm.
This is the funniest thing.
Yeah, I remember the first time I listened to this section, I'm like in the airport ready to get back on a plane to come back to California basically.
Yeah, she was visiting me.
And a surprise, surprise. Um, and I am like listening to this chapter and I'm like, oh,
Just sitting there. And you were texting me like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. Now join me because it's hilarious.
I thought that this was such a fun like scene and I just thought it was fun, especially like the way that like, she describes it. Like she's like, wow, I saw him and I was like,
Wow, why is he so
I
handsome? Like, was he always like this?
I want him to satisfy me. Like this deep like ache. I need this deep ache
Hmm.
fulfilled. And I'm like, are you ovulating, girl? Cause it sounds like you are.
Yep. Yep. And I was like, when I first listened to it, I was like, what is happening? And oh my God, it's so funny. Um, and then she's just like, oh, he's like, you're not acting like yourself. This is a bit weird. And then he's just like, oh, she's like, oh, I'm good. Go to bed. Like, please
She's just
leave me
like,
alone.
but like she's just openly like I have to control myself. This is crazy. Like I should not want this right now. Like this is a
Hmm.
crazy feeling and that this is just like I have to compose myself. Please leave.
Yeah.
Ah.
She's like, oh. And then she also realized, like, this is Taryn. This isn't me. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then it's just like it's she's just trying to block him out and she just can't.
Hmm. And she like grabs her coat and she like 'cause she ran back inside, she grabs her coat And then she looks and she's like, when the coast is clear, I fucking flee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, she runs out onto like, I don't
A
know,
field
an open air. Yeah, I was like
or
an
something.
open aired thing. For some reason, I just feel like they're on a balcony. I don't know. Okay, so I know this is probably not how the scene is described, but this is how I picture it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Like there's steps here, and then there's a wall here, and
Hmm.
like this is like a cliff going like this, like off, like
Okay.
to like jump off. I don't know. I just feel
How
like it's
interesting,
like
because
more of like a balcony scene.
how interesting, because how I always thought was like kind of like you said, so there's stairs and then there's a wall here. I agree
Hmm.
with that. And then it's like an open field, and then there's like trees and stuff, and then as we find out, Zayden is actually out there as well. And so then like there's a wall, kind of like a catty corner wall like this, and he's kind of standing
Uh-huh.
here in the field.
Oh, how interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely felt like it was more of like a balcony up against like a mountain
I
type
could see it
thing.
that way though. How interesting. It's really
Um,
interesting to see how people see things differently.
oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, they're like on like the side of a cliff for me.
No.
They're on a side of a cliff. This is where I put them, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're
Um,
more right than I am, because it says I emerge at the foundation walls of the Citadel.
mm,
Look at you. Snow fills the
mm.
sky. And then, she realizes that Zayden is leaning against the back wall and smoking.
Yeah, he's smoking churum,
Yeah,
which um is is not permitted in the quadrant,
school. Yeah,
like the school,
yeah.
you're not allowed to smoke churum. It's against the rules. No
And then
drugs allowed.
and then he is like, "You want some? Unless you're here to continue our earlier argument, in which case, none for you."
I mean, I kind of love that. Just
I
like
do
if you
too.
don't want to chill, then then actually I retract that statement. I'm
Never
willing to
mind.
be chill and to hang out and do whatever, but if you're not willing to be chill, then no, we can't be chill.
Hmm. I think it's great. And then she's like, why do you do that? She's like, it helps with distancing yourself from Taryn and Sigale.
Yeah.
So then, she's like, oh, I'm on fucking fire. And then he's like, yeah, that happens. And like laughs. And she's like, I make the mistake of turning and seeing his smile.
I love the fact that she's like, "Oh, Zayden's laugh is the sexiest thing ever." Like
Yeah, she's like,
it
he
really
is like
is.
brooding and bossy, dangerous and lethal. And it's like, it's like it makes her quicken, but Zayden laughing is like drop dead beautiful. It's like, that's really sweet though.
It is. It's really sweet to be like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Like you think like him laughing and him smiling is so fun and it's sweet, but
Hmm.
also just like the fact that she openly is like, "I made the mistake. I should not have looked at him because."
You're like, God damn it. And then, she's like trying to convince herself, like, this has to be Taryn. This is Taryn, like, and then she's like,
Hmm.
no, I'm utterly obsessed with this man.
Yeah, she is. She's just like so utterly obsessed and like she's like, "Well, trying to like stave off this feeling."
Hmm.
And then she kind of mentions it where she's like, "Oh, like after he's done laughing, she was like, "Yeah, just feel like I'm on fire and like I'm just so embarrassed right now. Like I
Hmm.
would hate to see Liam."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Liam,
Why?
why? What? Why were you seeing Liam? Like was he in your bed?" And she's like,
I know.
"No, God, no. What's happening? No."
He
It's like,
very much
"No,
like,
he's
where
in the
is your
hallway."
bodyguard? And she's like, he's like, I am my own bodyguard. He's in bed. And he's like, your bed? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's very much like, "Why is Liam in your bed?" That is
I love it.
um
Um,
and she does say like she's like, "Oh wow, like to see Zayden jealous like that is a little comforting, you know?"
yeah,
That's kind of comforting. I like that.
I love it so much. Um, and then he's like, it doesn't matter to me as long as you're both consenting.
Yeah, I mean, but pop off king, consent
Very
is
has
important.
yes,
It,
100%.
it's very important, you
Yeah.
know. We love consensual things.
Yeah. And then he like wraps his arm around her waist and is like, why the hell aren't you shielding?
Yeah, and she's like, I mean, I don't fucking know how. Nobody's taught me. How am I supposed to know?
He's like, I'm not channeling until like tonight, apparently.
But she doesn't even know if it is like for sure channeling. Like
Hmm.
she's having a hard time,
Yeah, because it's like
deciding if
she's
she actually is
channeling.
channeling.
So this is channeling, but she's not wielding yet. Like she doesn't have her signet.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have a signet, but she's like channeling like lesser magic, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
And then Zayn's
Um,
like, that's a ridiculous, dumb rule.
yeah, because she's like, well, they don't teach us that in class, and that's when he's like, yeah, this is ridiculous. That's so dumb.
Hmm.
And then she's like, well, it's not like you're helping me.
And
And
he's
he
like,
is
I've
like,
been,
I've helping you for months.
yeah, and he's like, she's like, what do you mean? You've been asking other people to help me.
Hmm.
Ugh. And then he's like, I'm the one that killed those people for you.
I love that. He's like, I've been helping. I killed all those people in your room, and I, set Liam up to protect you, and I did this, and I did that. And she was like, mm-hmm. Still is the point that other people are doing all of that.
Hmm. Yep. And then, so then they kind of get into like the, oh, like you did a lot of that for yourself. And he's like, he's like, we're not gonna fight tonight. Now, if you want to learn how to shield, we need to stop. Like, why are we fighting? This is dumb. Like, if you want to stop feeling like this, we're not gonna fight.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those things where it's like, I do think that fighting is definitely part of their relationship.
Yeah. They're always
And
like
the fact
bickering it
that
at each other's throats in that way.
But it's also like the fact that Violet can't recognize or acknowledge her feelings, and that's why it turns into anger because she's not acknowledging what she wants or what she feels.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, how interesting. And then And then she's like, hey, fine, we're not fighting. Teach me, please. She didn't say please, but like, teach me. And then he leans in and goes, ask me nicely. Stop. And then one of my favorite lines, have you always been this tall? And then he's like, no, I was a child at some point.
I love that because like she's actually seeing him for how tall like he is, and then like just she's always like, "Have you actually been this tall like for all of time?" And he's like, "No, of course I was a fucking child." Like
What the
I like how he
Such a
just
perfect
likes
answer.
yeah, like and he just likes to be so serious about it. Um
Yeah. And then he's like, you need to ask me nicely, violence, or I'm gone. Stop. Um, And then she's like, fine, like, all right. Will you teach me to shield? And then he smiles and goes, say, please. I'm like, sir, you need to stop. And then she's like, are you always this difficult? And then he's like, only when I know I have something that you need. What can I say? I like making you squirm. And then she's like, you know what? Two can play at this game. Would you pretty please teach me how to shield before I accidentally climb you like a tree and we both wake up with regrets? Oh, I'm firmly in control of my faculties.
And I like that he's just like, "Oh, I love like that you're admitting that because I also know that's hence why I smoked the churrum,
Yeah, but also
you know."
we 100% know if she did that, he would not be in control of his faculties.
Yeah, I don't even know if he actually is in control of his
No,
faculties.
no, at this point, when has he ever teased her like that? Like to that degree.
No, because they're finally in private. They're always in public. And
Mm-hmm.
he's a very private man and he wouldn't do that.
No. He doesn't like defenseless women.
No. But
Yeah. And then she, then he does teach her how to ground and like how to shield against, these like big emotions and like big, like from Taryn, like to shield.
yeah.
And he's like, you need to be in a place, like imagine a place that feels like home. Like his is Eurasia. And I'm like what's left of Eurasia?
Mhm. But while he's teaching her to shield, like he pulls her in close to him
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of like grabs her
Yeah.
face.
And he's like,
And she's like, "Does this require touching me?" And he's like, "Not at all. Not at
but
all."
it doesn't. But he does say, not at all, just one of the perks of not thinking too clearly. You have incredibly touchable skin.
I mean, if she does, then she does.
Good for him, good for her.
Um, and it's one of those interesting things where it's like now that like they're really getting into like the fact about grounding and his is the cliffside in Eurasia.
Yeah.
It's something that he used to grow up that part of his homeland, part of something that he's dreamed about for a really long time that he hasn't been able to see because you know Tirandor is literally I don't know blown to bits, like doesn't
Mm-hmm.
exist anymore, like erased
Yeah.
off the map. And Violet, it's so interesting. She picks
The
the archive.
archives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
she picks the library and she's like, I know how intricate the locks are. I know where every door is. I know every single place, everything about this place. And she really starts to ground herself and she sees like the flow of power
mhm.
come up from like basically the ground of her archive, you know?
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then he's like, okay, like shut it off, like do whatever you need, like create something where you can close it. Like shut in quotes like block the power, shut off the power, like
Mm-hmm.
close something if she thinks of a door and she, shuts and locks the door. And like shut off the valve is pretty much what he says. Um and then, he is just like, wow, like you did so good. I couldn't do that for weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like her being so logical. I honestly think like her being able to shield has definitely a lot to do with like her shielding out her pain on a daily basis, but then also not only that, based in the idea that she is so incredibly logical
Mm-hmm.
that it
She's
makes
very
sense.
good at, yeah, and she's very like very good at oh my gosh. What's the word?
Masking,
Nope.
hiding,
Nope. Oh my gosh. In your brain where you sort things.
compartmentalizing.
That, thank you.
Okay, because when you're going like this and you're pushing away from your head like this, no,
I
this is not
can't imagine it's like
compartmentalizing,
an
girl.
organizing.
Yeah, but why didn't you go like this?
I don't know.
What was this?
I don't know, man. Compartmentalize. She's very good at compartmentalizing, and
Yes, she is. She's very good at that.
yeah, and you can very much tell. Like, I think this was written very well because this is what they teach you in therapy. Kind of not necessarily like locking the door and stuff like that. Like not with the power, but are you okay?
I am okay. Yes, you're right. This is kind of what they teach you in therapy to like break situations down and ground yourself so that you can be in more of like a neutral place to
Hmm.
when you start, really getting into like heavy work. So,
Yeah. And then he's like, wow, you are astonishing. And I'm like, just because he's so proud of like, wow, I couldn't do that. And then she's like, well, I had a superior teacher. Um,
yeah, but also like can we just like give space for him being like, "Wow, you're astonishing," and then her being like, "That's like one of the first compliments that he's like actually given me, like a
yeah, and
real compliment, you know?"
it's also just like finally I'm not only good at something but astonishing. Like just in general. Like I
Yeah.
don't think she gets like especially from her mother, she doesn't get compliments, and like in general in the writer's quadrant you don't really get compliments, and so it's like the fine like that I'm finally not just good at something but I'm astonishing.
Yeah, but then not only that is like I'm sure that she hasn't felt that way since the scribes, like since she was training to be a scribe, because
Hmm.
they openly say like she was top of her class, like she was going to be the head scribe. Like what happened? Nobody knows, but she went into the writer's quadrant instead.
Yeah.
Um, and so like I'm sure that now she's feeling like this, oh my gosh, like
Like
that's kind
I'm
of
it's just
cool.
simultaneously like wow
I'm
this man is like hot, but also like wow I'm really proud of myself, like
yeah.
look what I did.
Hmm.
um and then Xanon's kind of like damn it, touching you was a bad idea.
But
And they
was
kind of
it
get into like the
though?
bickering of like the worst, and then he's like, sorry, he's like, kissing you would be a cataclysmic mistake. And she's like, cat, I can't even say that word, the worst. And then he's like, we'll both regret it, and they're just staring deeply into each other's eyes, like,
I just like find it funny because it's like I definitely feel like as this is happening, this is them. They're like, this is gonna be the worst. No, we really shouldn't. We can't. No, no, no. This is gonna be so bad. We'll only regret it. We'll only regret it. And like they keep getting closer and closer and closer, and you're just like, just fucking do it.
yeah. And I could see like at the very end of this like little tiny bit, and then
Mhm.
it's like, and he's like, we'll both regret it. And then he's just staring at her lips. And
Yeah, because
then,
I like he wants it too.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then she's like, naturally. And then this man goes, fuck it, and kisses her. Yep. And then, like, 1 second he's out of reach, the next his mouth is on mine. Hot in an instant.
Yeah, and then not only that, it's like she openly is like, wow, he tastes like churrum and mint.
Yeah. And she's like, this is exactly what I needed.
I also love that that's exactly what she needed. Like,
Just the kiss.
mm-hmm. And then like she also says like I could stay in this little slice of insanity if it meant I could stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, wow, like damn girl, if a kiss could really do all of that to me, I I'd want that, you know.
Yeah.
That seems like a crazy feeling.
Yeah, and she like openly also admits, like, wow, like he knows what he's doing. And like
Mm-hmm.
he's like backing her up against the wall, and like the wall digs into her back, and she's like, wow, like he kisses me until I feel thoroughly devoured and explored.
Yeah. Like thoroughly kisses her to the point where like she's like that was satisfying.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And he, like good on him for knowing what he's doing.
Yeah, but also just the way that I'm sorry, I'm going to take it back for a second. Just the way that like
Please do.
this is described and like it she's calling this like a little slice of insanity. She's like being like, "Wow, he really knows like what he's doing and like he's just like exploring me and like everything is being fulfilled." I was like, "This was written by a woman." Because never in my
Absolutely.
life, never in my
Absolutely.
life. No, it's this is also like the turning point in my mind is like, yeah, this is for sure fiction. Nobody, I've never met.
No.
I've never met and I've never experienced this because I don't think a lot of people know what they're doing.
Oh. A lot of people don't, and people should learn what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But also like he is a fictional man. Like there's no way. He
Yeah.
does not exist. I don't care.
Very much a fictional man written by a woman.
Hmm.
And and
Written by a
they,
woman.
yeah, and um, she's like openly, she's like, I surrender him completely, like I melt into him, my body is like against him.
Hmm.
And she loses the mental foothold that he calls grounding.
Yeah, that he calls grounding and it slips and then
And then a
like
flash of
there's
light
this
burns
moment of
behind my closed eyes, following by a boom of thunder.
hmm.
Um,
And then it's just like that point where she's just like, wow, like it just I felt like release almost, like this power like came out of me and
and she's
it
like,
was just
wow,
like,
like that very much summarizes how I feel. Like,
yeah,
wow.
like when that thunder goes off, she's like, wow, that is actually how I felt.
hmm
Like the cosmic timing in that is crazy, you know.
Yeah. And then
Um,
he breaks the kiss and it's kind of like, you gotta go.
yeah,
Like,
and then she's like, well, why? Like I want this and he's openly like, you don't actually want this. Like you like if we continue, I want this to go further and I know that you don't actually want it to go further, so therefore we need to stop this right now.
yeah,
Like
he's
I
like,
do like that he is.
I refuse to act on desire that isn't yours. So you need to back up those steps now.
Yeah, like I do love how like he is a gentleman and he's
Yeah, he's very
still
much is
like,
like, like,
I want you to be consenting, I want you to
mhm,
know, and I want everybody to be comfortable and safe, and I want us to agree on this together if that's what we're gonna do.
yeah, yep. And then, she does leave because, he's very much like, please just go. Like, I can't leave you out here on your own. So have a little mercy on me and go. Because he really
Yeah.
wants her to consent for herself, not because Taryn and Sigale are having their own times and feeding
Yeah,
into
but
that.
not only that is like he wants her to consent, as in he wants her.
He wants
Period.
her. Oh,
So,
100%. And
and I
then
I just I loved this chapter because it was just so fun to like finally
it's,
see them be romantic. Like finally
yeah.
see like a little bit more spice in this book because especially, this series is supposedly super spicy. I wouldn't say super
Mhm.
spicy, but that's why I put it in quotes. Okay, guys, like I don't think that this book is super spicy,
But there's
but I just
spice in
think
it.
that there is spice in it and that this is the fact of the matter is that this is the first real spice scene that we've gotten in the first like what 22 chapters.
Yeah. I mean, at least it
Yeah.
was halfway through and not at the end, like some books.
I know. Yes, you're right. I should
And
be
it's just, I
grateful.
feel
You're
like
right. I
it
should be
was
grateful.
written at the perfect, at least for this book, like written at the perfect spot in the book because
Yeah.
it's like you got all that tension. And I think that she broke that tension so well in a very
Yeah.
creative way with the dragons. And then that just like, this is going to be dumb. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, and like just continuing that banter
Hmm.
until the very end, until the fuck it. And then they do kiss. Like, I think this chapter
Yeah.
was written very well for that, like, breaking of that tension.
Especially like you said, the breaking of the tension, but then especially like the timing of it all. Like
Hmm
all of the things leading up. I don't think that she would have kissed him earlier. Like if
No.
they were underneath that tree when he was asking her not to tell about the marked ones, she wouldn't have kissed him.
No, and
Like
it felt
I
it
think that like even during threshing, I don't think she would have kissed him, you
no,
know.
like it this very felt wow. This felt very, very natural. Like a very
Yes.
natural progression of when it would have happened if this was happening in real
Hmm.
life. Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
I just
then
thought that
continue.
it's fine, you can go.
No, please continue.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
I was like gonna say, just seconding that, I do think that that is the most natural part to do it, and she did it in the most natural way possible and the most consistent with the characters and who they are and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. And then, like the chapter ends And then the last line is, tomorrow's gonna suck. Which, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably is gonna suck a little bit.
Yeah. And then that's kind of where the chapter ends.
I know, that's where the chapter ends. And there was like such a this was such a big chapter. There was so much stuff to like unpack in this chapter, but then not only in this chapter, but in this whole like
Set.
chunk that we did.
Yeah.
Like it was there was so much to unpack. We got our one of our first like real spice scenes happening. We
Yep.
got, her like being able to channel.
I know I keep saying it every time, but I the further and further we get into the book, the more and more fun it's getting. You
Yeah.
know? Because it's just there's more layers and more layers. Like we got introduced to Liam, and we all need a Liam. We love him.
Yeah, we all need a little Liam in our life, and
Yeah.
it's good though.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to wherever you guys are listening from or watching wherever you guys are listening from. We really do appreciate
We
it.
really
And
do.
thank
And
you
if
for
you yeah.
like and subscribe wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
come back next week.
Yeah. And if you'd like to tell us, what did the void say to you?